Make do.
We're live. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Whatever Show. I am Lawrence Winterman.
And I am Dana Dubois. Hi, Lawrence.
Hi.
How's it going?
It is going well. It is a bit of a scramble of a morning. I thought that I was going to have to leave early today to go to an appointment with my mom for the surgeon because her
Yeah,
surgery is next Monday, the
yeah.
8th, excuse me, and it turns out that he called her and they talked over the phone, and because it's snowy and the roads are weird, we're not going.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they
That's news to me too. I thought here I was like, okay, well, we're going to be talking about that, and you're going to be leaving early for the appointment, but no, you'll have the whole show today.
yeah, it yes, we'll be here for the full time with no plan and no real topic.
Fabulous. We've got some things to talk about. We had a confab yesterday, though I wasn't thinking it would be for the whole time. So let's just see how this goes. I am disoriented, discombobulated this morning. Um, I Without revealing too much about anything, I was in the emergency room, not for me, but with someone last night. Everything is fine, but that wasn't how I planned to spend my like 5 to 11 o'clock window last
Oof.
night.
I'm glad to
Yeah,
hear that everything is okay.
everything is okay. And my friend got an answer, which is always good, right? Like it's nothing serious, but sometimes you're like, but this hurts, and you go in and they're like, actually, there's nothing wrong with you.
Right, you're
And then
fine. You possibly are crazy. And you're like,
yeah,
no, I'm not crazy. It really hurts.
so everything is fine, but it was a long night. So, oh, I haven't even had a sip of my whatever mug tea today. So, cheers.
Cheers. I have
Forgive
my
me. I have not
third
brushed my hair
coffee of
either.
the morning.
Third. Wow. Oh, you are later than me, but still, that's um that's good, Lawrence. I'm get keep the caffeine going. It's the only thing that's going to keep me going. I'm also realizing my mouse is not hooked up, so pardon me while I get my like Bluetooth connection going on here again.
I'm
Um,
saying hi to everybody in the chat. Hi, everybody.
you know what? I'm going to do that too. Sorry, we're going to be like this today. Um,
Right. I need to get different lighting or something because between this like weird little breakout that I'm having right here under my yeah, oh my gosh. I look like
you
death warmed over. I've been awake for like 3 hours and
oh honey,
I
you do
put on
not look.
my caffeine, skin stuff and particle for men, and I still look like my face has been put through a meat grinder.
Your
Oh, the
your
joys
face
of
looks
aging.
your face looks very handsome to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
She
And
lies, people. She lies to me to try to keep me from going crazy.
no, it's just what's the magnetic field song that I love so much? I don't know if you're beautiful. It's not my right to judge. I don't know if you're beautiful because I love you too much.
Aw,
He can't even tell because it doesn't matter.
you
Um,
sweet, sweet liar.
just me and Stephen Merritt lying to you up a storm. Um, Lawrence, should we talk about like the news first? Because I know we had a really good, quick but good conversation about today, because today is an election day,
It is an election day. It
and
is an
I
election day in Tennessee specifically.
I and Jason says don't hate on Lawrence because he's beautiful. Am I right? In all caps.
Aw, well, thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. I'm feeling particularly like an old man this morning. I'm definitely having more mornings recently where I look in the mirror in the morning. I'm like, who is this old man wearing a crumpled version of my face?
Yeah, that is one of the weird joys of aging, isn't it? Yeah, Someone is telling me, I just saw it go by, that I looked good for not getting any sleep. I thank you. Like my eyes are twitching, which is weird because I
Oh,
have an
I
aura.
hate that.
I hate that too. It's this side. I have an aura ring. I'm not paid to advertise for this, though. Aura, come find me if you want to sponsor me,
Right.
because I need a new one.
That's
It's
good
like just
hand
yeah,
advertising. The
yeah,
Aura Ring.
the aura ring. If I'd have to have like a proper manicure if I were really doing this, but
Right.
it's a really good indicator usually of how I'm feeling. But this morning it was like, looks like peak performance day for you, and I was like, why? I feel
Does
like
it?
I
Are
don't.
you sure? Please
And it was
re-examine
like,
that data because that
your
doesn't seem
sleep
like it could be right.
your sleep was short but efficient. And I was like, I don't short. I don't know about that. So yeah, I don't know. Let's talk about the news instead of how we both. I had a hospital in my recent past. You've got one in your soon to come future. These are not our favorite topics.
Yes. Yeah. So
No, we're
I've
just
mentioned
like,
this before as an FYI. I think we've decided that we are not broadcasting next Monday. My
oh yeah,
mom,
we should talk about that.
yeah, my mom is going in for surgery on Monday the 8th. So I will not be available. And I think Dana deserves a break and to be able to sleep in for a bit on a Monday. So
We are going to have
no
a
show next Monday is the
We will
gist.
not be here on Monday. We ask that you all keep Lawrence's mom in your thoughts on Monday.
Yes, please.
That's what Monday is for, of healthy good wishes for Jane. Um, and I'm telling you this in real time, Lawrence. We had Anna Wick scheduled to come in that day, a writer, content creator who I find just amazing. She's coming in Thursday now, so she was able
Awesome.
to move the day.
Oh, that's great. I was really
Yes,
excited to meet her and disappointed that I was going to have to miss it. That's
yes.
incredible.
So I just, the daily whatever show is you and me. Every now and then there's a secret mission, but this one is just too big. And then
Yeah.
Tuesday
Oh,
when we come back on,
Melissa, I've lit my special St. Dolly Parton candle for your mom the past 2 days, Lawrence. Thank you, Melissa. Somehow
oh,
that touches me more than just about anything else I could possibly hear. Like, if ever there was the embodiment of goodness in the world, it is surely Dolly Parton.
I love that. I have a special David Bowie candle I've never lit. I will light that one on Monday. The Starman waiting in the skies will keep an eye on your mom.
Nice.
Not quite as good as Dolly Parton though. Um, that is special healing energy right there. But yeah, the 8th we will be taking off. And while we're talking about that stuff, we're gonna take just 1 week off during the holidays. So we will be here all the way up till Christmas. I think our last day will be the morning of Christmas Eve, the 24th.
Yep.
And then we will return on January 2nd. So we are gonna take a holiday. You know we're gonna pop in and do and go live,
Oh
right?
yeah, we'll absolutely do impromptu things, but I think everybody deserves a break, including us, including the audience. Hopefully, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yes.
But
I will it will be very I will feel like I'm missing a limb to not do this for a week, but I think we all
honestly, it'll be super strange feeling. But yeah,
everyone needs a recharge. If I don't recharge at the end of the year, even at my day job, there were years where didn't take it, and I would by mid-January I would be like, I it would feel like that, like I just had to take a break. So yeah, the 8th, and then that 1 week we will be off, but we have some very cool guests booked this week and next week. Can I tell you a yes that I just got?
yes,
Hot off the press. It is not scheduled yet. I saw the message pop in just as I went live. So let me just extra triple confirm I didn't read it wrong before I say anything. Direct messages. Yep, Zev Shalev is going to come on the show.
nice. That is
Yeah,
excellent.
he just wrote back. So I'm excited. He works a lot with Ellie Leonard, who we both know and love. So brilliant man in his own right. So he will be joining us. So
That is awesome. Good
woo-hoo.
get, Dana.
I know it's like real time how the sausage gets made right here live while we're being spontaneous, and
Yes,
we should do
you're
more of
here in the
those.
room where it happened.
You are in the room where it happened.
I can't
Um,
now hear. how the sausage gets
Dancing
made.
with heaven, the room where it happened. Yeah, I'm going full Hamilton over here.
Yes.
Sorry, that
Um,
I don't, they don't do this in the play. I'm just making that up.
right.
My
Yeah,
musical
that
theater
that was sort
background.
of Chicago more than Hamilton, and I was
It totally was.
yeah, a little bit of like Fosse.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Let's talk about the news because we're like a little punch drunk, I think.
A little or a lot. Yes.
A little or a lot punch
Here's
drunk.
my
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
So Afton Bain, who I am not sure that I'm pronouncing her last name correctly, but she is a younger Democrat who is running in a special election in the Tennessee 7th Congressional District. Um,
Lawrence, what's the Tennessee Seventh though? Do you know where in Tennessee? Because I used to live in Tennessee, and it's been so long though, I don't remember.
I
It's a,
don't off the top of my head. We could
I'll look.
easily Google it.
I'm gonna Google it. You keep talking, and I'm gonna Google.
I know that it is a Trump plus 22 district, right? So
Oh, it's
okay, it
just
looks
due
like it's
west of Net. It's like Nashville and west. So
yes.
Clarksville and Franklin. Um, does not include Murfreesboro. That's to the east. I always liked that word, Murfreesboro. But yeah,
Yeah.
that
It
that
doesn't include
looks
Jackson or Memphis either. So yeah, it's just a, it's a slice of sort of west central Tennessee. Jackson it looks like Nashville suburbs. Um
yep,
yeah, and it's a Trump plus 22 district, right? So in
yep. Borders
2024,
Kentucky. Yeah.
Trump won it by 22 points. And
It's,
the latest polling has shown Afton Bain, this young Democrat, only down by 2 points. Basically, the race is a statistical dead heat, and
that is
Democrats
remarkable.
and Republicans are pouring money into it. It has, of course, risen to Donald Trump's attention, and yesterday, AOC and Al Gore, who's of course from Tennessee, were both in the district doing a big fundraiser rally with Afton. It's sort of like a get out the vote here, like it's our last day before the election. So that's a huge deal. Clearly, there seems to be a lot of really positive momentum, and everyone very obviously is saying that however this goes today, it's going to be a real indicator for what the midterms are going to look like in next year in 2026, and that's
But
obvious
even with
and
it,
astute and something we should all really pay attention to.
yeah, and even if she loses, because I mean, it's rural Tennessee, you're like, even if she loses, the fact that it's this close
Huge
already
deal.
says so much about next year, doesn't it?
Right. I mean, so basically, when we look at the races that were earlier in November, right? Like
Yeah.
Mikey Sherrill and Abigail Spanberger,
Oh
those
yeah,
races, there were like plus 13, plus 15 margins in those races. If you then look at this race, like let's say she loses by 3, right? Well, that means she did 19 points better than the Democrats did against Trump in a
yeah,
presidential year. Like that is going to shift the map. If you looked at every House seat that currently exists that's a plus 19 or less for the Republicans,
yeah.
that would be I mean, it would be like a New Deal era kind of win. It wouldn't just
Oh
be a
my God,
landslide. It would be transformational. It might give the Democrats maybe not super majorities, but something approaching super majorities in the House, and that would probably translate to the Senate too.
right?
Um, uh, I mean, that was a silly thing to say. It would definitely translate to the Senate. It's just that the Senate has more impediments for large swing elections against it now, thanks to just kind of the structural nature of the Senate itself. But yeah, like it would be absolutely game changing. It would mean that there would be impeachment proceedings against Trump and Hegseth and everybody else, and that we could actually consider getting rid of them. And I've said this before, and it sounded like crazy talk, but it means that like if that is the case, it means that whoever the Democrats pick as the Speaker of the House in 26, I
Yeah,
know this is getting ahead of ourselves by several steps, but it means that person is incredibly important because that person has a non-zero chance of being the president of the United States. Because if we could impeach Trump and convict him and remove him, and impeach JD Vance and convict him and remove him, the next speaker of the house would end up
Would
being
be
president, at least
president.
on a temporary basis, on an acting basis until
Oh my God,
the next
Lawrence.
election.
I already see this fantasy. I already, I can read your story about this already. Like you're,
Right, the one where
oh,
AOC becomes Speaker of the House and then becomes president because they impeached Trump and Vance.
yeah. And we get our first woman president, and it's fucking her. Could you imagine? Could you
I
imagine? I mean,
I
I can't
could.
imagine. I have a very vivid imagination.
Yeah, yeah, and
It's
then all the
just,
screams about she wasn't elected to the office of the president, blah blah blah.
we're following the rules.
Right.
We're just following the rules, man. Um, I love all of this. Like I said, I lived in Tennessee for almost 2 years when I was in grad school. I lived in Nashville. Wouldn't recommend. It wasn't a great fit for me. I know it's changed a lot since then. The idea that that could go blue, like it, that's just boom, that blows my mind. So the fact that it's even close is a huge, huge win. Speaking of things that would be wins, I'm going to mention something I see in the chat that we need to say out loud. Our dear friend Kat is 12 people away from 1,000 followers. Do you mean followers or subscribers? I think you probably mean subscribers, Kat. But either way,
Oh my
she
god.
says, I
Yeah,
know
everyone go
it's
subscribe to Kat.
petty, but if you aren't following me, will you please? I talk about the intersection between politics and psychology. And Kat, I know this from tagging. It can be hard to find you because your username is just Kat. So I'm going to put your whole URL here into the chat and say, if you are here and you are not already, go follow, go subscribe. I hope it's okay to read this out loud. It's your full name, I assume, but it's there in the URL. So it's Catherine Ann Bauer, Catherine with a C. That's the correct cat. Go follow and subscribe, and let's meet it. Let's just have a goal met today, Lawrence, and we can
Oh my
start our
god, that would be
days
amazing.
being
Yes,
like,
let's do it. Let's get Kat. I mean, I know I'm subscribed to Kat.
yeah. I'm just checking. I sometimes there'll be someone who I'm like, oh yeah, you're at 988 subscribers, so 12 away. Um, and that was in the audio. So hopefully on the replay, people will hear this too, and we'll get you over and then like well exceeding. You have to exceed your goals here because on Substack, like the Substack giveth and the Substack taketh away, right?
Right.
Like our numbers are doing this right now. They're like, I don't know who's unsubscribing, but some days they unsub faster than they sub. So
Yeah, it is crazy. But yes. So Victor asked, are we talking about his crush, Afton Bain? Yes, we in fact were talking about Afton.
his
Here's the thing.
crush.
I don't know a ton about her. I mean, I know that she was in the state legislature, so it's not like she's an unknown. The people of the district absolutely know her because she's been in politics for a while. But I don't know a lot about her positions. I'd imagine that she's pretty well aligned with Tennessee, which means there may be some big Democratic issues that she isn't 100% aligned with maybe AOC on.
Right. Can
But
I read what
AOC
I found
being
here?
there, say again.
I'm interrupting you. I'm sorry. You keep going, and then I'm going to read what I found.
Um, you know, I don't remember.
It's, sorry about that. We're just, yeah, this is going to be us today. She's a Democratic state representative for Tennessee's House District 51, and her policy focus on progressive solutions to the cost of living crisis. Her main campaign policy platform is summarized by the slogan, feed kids, fix roads, fund hospitals.
Oh, right. I saw that on her signs and I thought, yeah,
Yes.
that's a fucking winning message. That's something that I think cuts through all the noise and gets to the
Mhm.
basics of
This is what you talk about all the time, Lawrence. I'd say we talk about, but it's mostly you doing the talking here of like, in the best of ways, should be you doing this talking of like Democrats, simple messaging and human real topics,
right.
right? Feed kids, fix roads, fund hospitals. Like, how can you say no to those things? And she
Right.
also has in the bulleted list here below. This is just Google AI too, so grain of salt if they get it wrong, but I feel pretty confident this is correct because of the source. Campaign finance reform. She has pledged not to take any corporate PAC money, positioning herself as a candidate who cannot be influenced by special interests. Criminal justice reform. As a state rep, she sponsored legislation related to aggravated prostitution convictions, making them eligible for expunction if certain requirements are met, and removing them as sexual offenses requiring sex offender registration. Okay,
Okay.
that seems like, I mean, for Tennessee, especially, like, wow, she seems kind of amazing. She's
Right.
also a former social worker. So she advocates for funding for hospitals and social support systems. She's got my vote.
Right. And I'm gonna be, Captain Obvious here. It doesn't hurt that she's cute, right? Like she's a young, attractive blonde woman who's obviously smart as shit. And I'm pretty sure she's a native Tennessean. Like she's a great fit for the district. And um, yeah, I think like having the right candidate for the right race for the district that they're running in is a huge deal.
Right.
Um, so
Oh, she is cute. I had to look her up. Yeah. And I was like, who are all these people? These are people who are Instagram reeling about her when I opened to images. So they're all cute too. Her fans are cute. What can I say?
yeah,
Um,
and
all
what's
right.
his name? The guy that she's running against, somebody Van Epps, Matt Van Epps, uh,
Yeah.
had Mike Johnson out to the district to basically campaign with Mike Johnson. So, to let you know kind of what the alternative is, it's a random cis straight white guy. Sorry, random cis straight white guys.
Yeah.
Who is basically a MAGA Mike Johnson, apparatchik who would basically do anything that Mike Johnson wants, which is you know um, not what
Great.
my Johnson.
Which is not what your Johnson wants.
It's not what my Johnson wants, but
Oh my God, how did I never think about the fact that Mike Johnson sounds like my Johnson?
I
Okay.
mean it. Yeah, I mean either. It only just came to me, which of course makes me think of I don't know. Was it Porky's or I don't know what was the movie where the prank call was they called and they were like, "Hi, yeah, I'm
Is
looking
that
for
Jerky Boys? Was that the Jerky
maybe
Boys who
Mike
did that?
Hunt."
Yes, I'm
Uh,
looking for Mike Hunt. Yeah.
right, I'm looking for Mike Hunt.
Yeah. Was that it was either on The Simpsons, although I don't think they could have said that on TV back in the
No,
day,
on The
or
Simpsons
it's
it was
the Jerky Boys. I think it must have been the Jerky Boys.
probably
I
Jerky
mean,
Boys. Yeah.
I used to love listening to those. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's all horribly politically incorrect now.
Oh, no, no. You know what it's from?
That
Porky's. It's from the movie Porky's.
that's what I said.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
No, I said I think it's from Porky's,
It is
and
from
then I was trying
Porky's.
to think of Bad Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, I
Um,
love that movie.
yeah, no, yeah, Porky's. Um, a
Okay,
movie that my dad took me to see when I was
he did not.
well. I mean, no, he did.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Well, first of all, I was young enough that I didn't understand like a goddamn thing about it, and also little gay kid.
Right.
And so
Oh my,
it being about, teenage boys trying to get laid was so beyond my ken, right? Like I just
oh
did
my
not.
God. It was called Porky's. It's like
Yeah,
if you could like epitomize what was wrong about our coming of age and what we learned about how young sexuality works, it's the fact that like when we were in early middle school, the big movie everyone wanted to see was Porky's. I assume because they were porking as a verb. Is that why?
correct.
Right.
Yes.
I mean,
I mean, I think there was also a location, I don't know, like a dive bar. I
restaurant or
honestly, I remember
something.
so little about the movie. I think Porky's is a location, like a bar, but
Or
also
they're just trying to
what they were
pork.
trying to do.
I think I need to go back one night and watch that movie and like review it. Cultural analysis. I'll just call it like how far we've come.
Right, right. Yeah, no, and
That is
I now I
crazy.
need to look up to see when it came out because whatever year that was.
1981. I just
So I
looked at
was
it.
11. I was
Yeah,
11 and my dad took me to go see that movie. Um,
that's amazing. Amazing. I saw it, but not in the theater. Although when would I have seen it? It's like we had streaming services. I don't know, but I didn't see it in the theater. I think I saw Porky's 2 as well, which I believe is the one where she's trying to frame the congressman, the teenage girl, and they fill her fake boobs up with fake vomit and she pretends to be drunk. I don't know why I remember that scene. That's kind of all I remember about Porky's. But
I didn't remember anything about it except now that you said that, I remember that. I remember,
yeah, and
yeah.
she's in the restaurant like, I'm here with Seven. She's like, boop, boop, and she's fake vomiting. I don't, from her fake boobs. Um, these are the things that made an impression on young Dana.
I mean, and why wouldn't they?
Right, right. I don't know. I don't know. Lawrence, I do want to go back to we'll rewind from I'm looking for Mike Hunt to I'm looking for Mike Johnson. The story about Mike Johnson that I have not yet read, but the one where he's like, it's hard being in my job.
Oh my God. Okay, if you
What was
haven't read
that?
this article, you guys, in the New York Times, there's like
New
a,
York fucking Times ran it.
yeah, like a sort of, I don't know, review or commentary on an interview that he had done with, fuck, I don't,
Excuse
like
me.
one of the Trump kids or something. It's somebody close to the Trump family that has now decided they're getting into podcasting, I think, or somebody very close in the Trump orbit. And so Mike Johnson and
Yeah,
his
I'm looking
wife,
it up here.
who was dressed in all orange. Major props to her for pulling off orange. She actually did it. She pulled it off. Um, they did an interview with whoever this person was, in which he, yeah, basically complained about how hard the job is, how he hasn't had a day of vacation in 2 years,
Oh,
except for that entire time that they had
baby.
Congress shut down. And I mean, I can see how he didn't have any time off during that because he's the Speaker of the fucking House. You don't get a vacation, you're running the
Right?
government.
It was the Katie Miller podcast.
Oh,
Is
right. Stephen Miller's
Estranged
wife,
Wife.
ex wife, who is Elon Musk's sometime lover, maybe? I don't know.
We don't know, but boy, does she have bad taste in men. Katie, if you're out there listening, burned haystack dating method.
Right. Girl, make better
recognize the
choices.
rhetorical recognize the rhetorical patterns and block to burn, baby. These are not serious suitors.
Yeah.
These are not
These
good
are not
men.
good men. Don't
No.
no more.
Yeah, but
Um
that was the podcast. I mean, I guess they got her on this podcast where he gets to talk about how he and his family are kind of in survival mode right now.
oh,
My job is really hard.
it's really, yeah. I love that the article in the New York Times did sort of observe perhaps he's not well suited for this job. Like this job is
Oh my
chaos.
God.
Like you're managing a political, a branch of the legislature, House of the Legislature that has 435 people in it, and all their staffs. Dealing with major issues of running the world's last superpower, or at least for the time being, countdown clock in upper left hand corner.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's chaotic. It is chaos. You know who did it well? Nancy fucking Pelosi. You know why? She had like 7 kids. Because again, I say, for the
Nerves of
record,
steel.
if you want anything very complicated done, ask a busy mom to do it. Because only busy mothers have the ability to multitask at the level required for major corporations and large government bodies. I'm telling you, if we hired busy moms for every important job in government, we'd have no more problems because they would get shit done.
In an empathetic, cut through the bullshit kind of way. Yes.
Right. In
I
a
would imagine. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm in a, a firm, like I'm telling you a firm no, Timmy. Put that, go upstairs and change. You're not wearing that t-shirt to school. And remember to pack your lunch and get your ass in the car in 5 minutes because we're leaving without you.
Right. That I can only imagine. Yeah. The with that many people. That is a crazy hard job to manage all those people. And yeah, you're probably like their parent, where you're like, yeah, yeah. So do you watch Mrs. Frazzle? Do you know I love
I
her
know you
videos?
love her. I've never uh yeah, I keep
Oh, she's a
forgetting to
gold
go look
person.
her up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so she's you may have seen her not on Substack but out in Instagram, Facebook land, because she got famous for being very funny with her videos. She's a, I think, kindergarten teacher. She talks like a kindergarten teacher. I'm not sure what grade she actually teaches, but she does these videos where she's talking to politicians, like she's talking to like a 5-year-old, where she's like, catch a bubble, you know, no, no, JD Vance, not on the couch. She's just, and she's very liberal. And she's, sorry, that's my dog flipping out again. Thank you, Kira, for making an appearance. But she's very funny, and I can just imagine that she's like, Speaker, did all of those representatives? Is it hard? Is it a hard thing to talk to all of them? No, no, inside voice. Like I can't do her perfectly, but she does say catch a bubble a lot. So yeah, she's very, very funny. If you're not following Mrs. Frazzle, you on all your channels, including Substack, you should. She also does like really deep dives into educational policy. So I think she got the attention for being funny. And then when she had her platform, she was like, they're decimating the Department of Education. And
Right.
yeah, she was
Decimating.
decimating. I know. We haven't even gotten into that. Um,
Yeah,
but
you know, this is the world we live in. Between all of the things we want to talk about and all of the things we need to talk about, there are major topics that we haven't even addressed. We
right.
haven't even talked about the fact that Pete Hegseth has committed war crimes, you know, or as a lot of people are pointing out, Nick Perro among them. It's actually just straight up murder because we're not technically at war
Right.
with Venezuela, and
Right.
so
We've just
uh,
killed 80 people.
right, you just killed these people, and then you know specifically targeting these survivors who are clinging to the wreckage of the boat that you just blew up, and then killing the survivors. Straight up murder.
Straight on murder, especially with no just cause.
Right.
Just,
Right. Oh,
yeah,
you say that they're drug traffickers? Can we see the
cool.
data?
Aren't we just pirates at this point? Like, just like, I mean, we're not in boats like are out of the sea, but like, weren't there pirates a few years ago that people were like tripping out, were killing people on the water?
Yeah.
And like, I remember a lot of news stories about how awful it was. And I think that the death toll was nowhere near
I mean, I
80.
think technically, yeah, pirates is a good description. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Modern
I
day
was going to say
pirates.
pirates do it for the booty, haha. But I mean, we're doing it for the oil. Like, clearly and obviously, we're trying to conquer Venezuela so that we can be like, hey, ExxonMobil, how would you like
Yeah.
to
Yes.
process all this oil for us here in Venezuela?
Yes,
Uh,
I'm looking at CNN.com right now on the hero story and headline, Why America Cares So Much About Venezuela's Oil. So the US produces more oil than any other country in history, but it still needs to import oil, especially the kind that Venezuela produces. So that's a
that's
subscription
why.
only person story. So I don't have a subscription to CNN. But if you do, you may want to go read that, folks at home. Here is the story that I would like to touch on today. There's kind of two. And the first one is about, because we were just at the hospital, nurses and what they're going through with all these cuts. But I want to save that for Friday because we have Descent in Bloom coming on for Fucked Up
Yeah,
Friday.
she speaks
I
so eloquently about the
so
current
eloquent.
situation with nurses. Yeah.
Yes, because in addition to her investigative journalist work that she's doing on her own, she is also a nurse and talks a lot about what's happening there. So we're gonna incorporate speak. We're gonna put a pin in that topic. Here's the story I woke up to this morning that I was like, what? So we know there are these like little bitty, you know, hey, the tariffs are working checks, and they're not bitty, they're like 2 grand.
Hmm.
In the context of the services the government should be providing, I'm calling those little bitty checks from the government. But
Yeah.
this morning I woke up to this fresh howl. Michael and Susan Dell donate 6.25 billion to fund Trump accounts for millions of American kids. What the
Yeah, I saw that
fuck?
headline too, and I don't actually understand what is
I
happening there. Like,
I
is it?
I read it. They are hold on, it's $250 per kid for at least 25 million American children. The enormous pledge will go toward funding Trump accounts. It's meant to augment the $2,000 check, which will provide parents an investment account to manage on behalf of their children. The Trump accounts were proposed this summer as part of Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act. The Treasury Department is set to fund $1,000 for every Trump account for all U.S. citizen children born between January 2025 and January 2029. The Dell's charitable gift will go towards children ages 10 and under who were born before the cutoff. And it will fund $250 for 25 million kids. Like, first of all, $250. Like, what do they think that's going to do? But more importantly, can we just fucking tax these people? Fucking
Honestly,
tax them.
I you know
Why are they
I've been
deciding
in
how
this
this?
place for a long time that
Why are
billionaires
we
should
letting?
not exist. Everyone's heard my
Yes,
little, like, you can have $999 million, and then we give you a little plastic trophy that says I won capitalism, and
yes,
everything else goes to roads and kids and Afton, everything Afton Bay is basically campaigning on. Uh,
yeah.
yeah, seriously, like, why the fuck? So you have billions of dollars, enough that you're giving 6.25 of it to something that is helping Trump? Are you, ugh,
To
it,
fucking help Trump. I'm looking at the photo of them, and I'm like, they. She has that like monster Mar-a-Lago face.
oh,
There's a
yeah.
name for it that people talk about, but I'm like,
I
what
mean, I
is?
think Mar-a-Lago face, right? Isn't that what we're calling it?
I think maybe if I think so. If we're not, we should now.
Right. Right.
um,
It's the Christy Nome Mar-a-Lago face. Like, suddenly you have gigantic lips and, uh,
she's
an
not quite
endless
as
amount of
exaggerated.
filler in your face.
It's just the eyebrows are very eyebrowy, but I don't mean to just pick on her eyebrows and her boobs. Although I'm going to put this link in here because I'll just let you all see for yourself. It's just on the homepage of CNN too. But or actually, this is one click in from the homepage. The story is on the homepage. But yeah, he's the CEO of Dell Technologies, and um, they're just augmenting his bill. And so it looks like this is the government helping you, these 25 million families, but it's not. It's just a billionaire who's arbitrarily deciding that this is the way to help America. And I don't want Michael Dell deciding how to help America. I would offer that this is not going to move the needle for most of these families.
Right.
I'm guessing most of those parents, if they're in need, they're gonna just take the money and spend it on groceries or something
Right.
because they're struggling. So it didn't do anything. And if they are
Nowadays,
not
like, Dell
struggling,
computers are shit anyway, which is true.
if if they're not struggling, like $250, yay. That does like the cost of childcare when my kids were in childcare, which is now a long time ago, in a city was 2 grand a month.
Yeah.
Yay. It's a tenth of my childcare bill for this month.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yay.
When
I'm
I saw the
saved.
$250, I was like, "Oh, good. So you're basically giving them like 20 meals at McDonald's."
Yes. If that. Yeah, I drove through Wendy's the other day with my kids because they were hungry and I was like, oh sure, let's eat some shitty food. Actually, the funniest thing about Wendy's, baked potatoes. I never knew that you could get a baked potato at Wendy's, which I know is now that that's their differentiator, but like kind of weird and nice when you're like on the go, like when you're traveling and you want something that's not like, well, not meat based, first of all, and not fried. You can get a baked potato. But anyways, we got, a burger and a baked potato and it was like $20, maybe more. Like, and we didn't get the whole fries and soda either. It was just very basic. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I don't go to fast food very often. So I was kind of gobsmacked. I say that every time I go, like almost every day, the cost of something has me gobsmacked. Where I'm like, shouldn't a Wendy's burger be like 250? Like, I know
Yeah.
I
No,
stop by.
we don't live in that world anymore.
You really don't.
despite the fact that, Trump is telling us tariffs have brought in $4 trillion or some insane number like that. Um,
Yeah, it's completely wackadoo. Like I
yeah,
just
again, I say, if I had a billion, if I was a
if
billionaire, I
I
wouldn't actually be, because I would do something with that money that benefited,
you would set up a foundation,
I mean,
employ people,
or
and
more
be
than
like,
set up a foundation. I'd be
please go
like, you
for
know what? Uh, we're going to try not just universal basic income, we're going to try universal basic assets, which is you have a
ooh,
nice home to live in, and you have health care, and you have access to education, and you have access to good transportation, and you get $1,000 a month. Please go do whatever, and you could go have a job or start a company or do whatever you want. Universal basic assets, because it wouldn't be inflationary. If we do universal
ooh,
basic income, which I've been interested in for a really long time, the
yeah.
biggest problem with universal basic income is you hand everybody whatever, let's just say $1,000, then everybody's rent goes up by $1,000, because every landlord is going to be like, "Hey, I know for a fact they've got an extra $1,000."
Oh my God, you're probably right about that. That's despicable. Universal basic assets. So it's just sort of the assumption of like everybody has access to
Right,
A, B,
like
and C.
if you need a place to live, you have a place to live, at some ridiculously reasonable cost
Right.
that basically covers maintenance and upkeep.
If you need
And it's
food,
not public housing. So there's this really interesting story about Vienna, the city of Vienna.
oh my gosh.
62% of the population of Vienna lives in public housing because it's so fucking nice that even wealthy people are like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll live there." And they're like, they
Oh,
don't means test it. There's enough of it that basically if you want to live in public housing, you can.
that's amazing. That's reminding me also of how Europeans they all take public transportation because it's pretty nice.
Right.
First of all, because it's so dense, nobody has cars, can't afford it, can't drive. But there's also the fact like the buses in Seattle are like they're okay. Some are better than others, but they don't run that often compared to European cities. It can be unpleasant to take them. And so there is definitely the income divide of like those who can don't take the bus in a way that Europe doesn't have because they're trains and they're nice. And, in Utrecht, my favorite city in the Netherlands, like you exit the train and you're in this like really beautiful modern mall with a grocery store in it. And you walk through it and then you're into the downtown, like the old town historic walled city of Utrecht, but you come through this modern convenience that I'm like, oh my gosh. So on the way home, to or from work or wherever you're commuting, everything you need is in that, like, is there and convenient. And then you can go into the downtown too. Like, I mean, all the European train stations have that, right? There's like groceries and like good food, like fresh, good food there. And so, of course, people are like, well, yeah, you take the trains and you can stop on the way home and pick up, fast food that's freshly made and affordable. So it's an equalizer instead of being a like, oh, yeah, I don't take the bus because
Yeah.
I have a car.
Honestly, if I had, those ridiculous sums of money, I would absolutely build a city. I'd build a city like that. The experiment would be, we're going to try all this shit. If you live in
Yeah.
this city, universal basic assets, universal basic income, um, you know, massive parks, greenways,
No guns.
amazing public transportation, very restrictive gun laws, exactly.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, super walkable, urbanist kind of neighborhoods.
Sounds
Yeah,
delightful, Lauren. Sign me
right.
up.
And it would work, and then everyone else would be like, "Oh fuck, all that shit works. We just never tried it because billionaires are assholes." Oh no, you
And
just
then, oh, I
froze.
think you're cutting out a little bit. Are you still there?
Uh, yeah,
No, you just
you just
froze.
froze. No, you froze.
I can't tell who's freezing on here. Looks like we're both going on the lives. Tell us if we're freezing in the chat.
To me, it looks like you're
Um,
freezing. but who knows? Maybe it's me.
It could be. I can see that there's a conversation in the chat about Waffle House, which
I know, scattered, covered, smothered, and I forget what the last one is.
chunked,
Chunked.
chunked. I think that's the
Yes,
ham.
that's the
I
ham.
think that would make sense.
Yeah.
We
Yanni
don't have
saying not
rosette.
just green spaces, but fruit trees in public. Yanni, you have no idea how into the idea of food forests I am. Yes, absolutely. like
Yeah,
please here's our large park that has fruit and nut trees that when they're in season, by all means, go
no
pick peaches
harvest.
till your heart's content.
People do that in my neighborhood in the summer, for which I'm grateful because I've got some fruit trees that make a mess, and I'm like, please take them. They're the fruit's not that great, but go bake with it or something. It's great.
Right.
But one more news story. This is like our fucked up Friday light. Can we talk about Alina Haba? I don't know if I'm saying her name right.
Oh my God. Yeah, by all means. Um,
You
yeah,
had some
I think
interesting insights contrasting her
yeah, there's a
yesterday.
really kind of interesting split screen happening right now, right? Where,
Yeah,
Afton Bain in the Tennessee Seventh is kind of catching fire because she's so authentic and real. And Alina Haba is basically not real because she was appointed to be the US Attorney for New Jersey by the Trump administration.
right,
And several court rulings now have essentially said, no, 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 that was illegal. You can't do that. You can't temporarily do that. You can't do that on a like pro tempore basis. Like you, no, no, you are not the U.S. Attorney for New Jersey. Stop pretending like you are.
right.
And so,
Do you have a good understanding of why? Because I haven't done a deep dive into this one. I know she was Trump's personal attorney, right?
yeah, I think she was his. I mean, he's had many personal attorneys because they
Yeah,
all, end up either disbarred or hating him.
right.
uh,
Funny how
but
that works.
yeah, funny about that. I don't actually know the mechanics of why it's illegal. I just know that it was illegal, and the Trump administration, of course, pretending like court orders don't mean anything, said no, no,
Right,
no, she is, and now multiple
right.
courts have ruled and basically said no, she isn't.
Oh my God. That's yeah, I liked what when we were talking about this yesterday that the contrasting the like the authentic versus the inauthentic and how much that's having a moment but in the right direction, which is so like I'm saying it incredulously like that because we've just gotten so used to bad news, Lawrence. It's really just, nice to see it be like, oh, okay, hopefully the person who is authentic and on the right side of history is the one who's succeeding, and the one who is a lying shitbag is like they're being forced to follow the rules.
Yeah.
Maybe we
um
can help.
I didn't know this. Yanni is saying Julie Roginski broke it down on the Mayday Morning Show yesterday because Julie's husband actually was the lawyer on the case.
No way.
Yeah,
I
that's
did not know
amazing.
that. I adore Julie Roginski, and I wish I could tune into that show more often.
Except that
Um,
it's 5 a.m. for you.
yeah, the 5 a.m. one is no good for me, and then she goes live in the afternoons here too, or late morning afternoon with Olga.
Yeah,
Sometimes I'll like click in and say hi and listen for like I'll like walk away from my desk and listen for
yeah.
a
Her
second.
and Olga doing they do two, Pax Americana and
Mhm.
I don't remember the other one. But they're great. Julie and Olga together are an incredible, incredible resource. And people
Great.
are asking. So Julie and Olga are both on Substack. Michelle Kinney, who's in the Mayday morning show, is also on Substack. But Mayday broadcasts on YouTube. I don't think that they have integrated with Substack yet. But it's a YouTube show on at 8 a.m. Eastern.
Yes. So my
Active
alarms start.
Measures. That's the other show that
Active
Olga and
measures.
Julie
That's
do.
right. That's right. Um, since we're having a completely spontaneous morning show here, I am chatting with Julie about a story I just finished writing that I have not released yet, about maybe coming on her show to talk about it. So cross all your fingers for me because she was like, "Oh yeah, I'd love to." So hopefully we're going to figure out a time and date to do that coming up soon because
That's amazing.
thank you. Over Thanksgiving weekend, I actually had time to write, Lawrence.
I That's incredible.
I know it was rather it feels like nothing feels quite as good to me as finishing a story and being like that's how I pictured it because um even though I'm the one writing them that they're hard to get to write and have it be like that's how I wanted it to read.
Right, right. You have the vision in your head, but like chiseling away the marble so that the
Oh,
statue reveals itself is can be hard.
it's
I get it.
yes, it is. It's complicated. And so I am happy with how this one came out. And I have like three other half written ones. So hopefully more are coming soon because you don't need a new year to start a resolution. This is my, it's not my new year, it's my old year's resolution, I guess. I need to be writing more. So here we are in November, December, and I'm trying to hunker down and write. And so far, succeeding a bit. So,
Yeah. Melissa says she spent her 3 days of Thanksgiving break deeply investigating corrupt people leading us to invading Venezuela. Right. I spent my Thanksgiving break sending lots of marketing emails and also then sleeping for extraordinarily long periods of time.
oh my God, I
Um,
love it.
hey, Cliff. Oh, Cliff has joined. Oh, that's it, Dana. We need to straighten up and fly right. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, it's just Cliff. It's fine.
that's Cliff.
We're having a very casual day, Cliff. We thought this was going to be a far shorter show. Um, but here we are winging it, talking about the news and our writing. Lawrence, I love all the work you're doing. I love all the work you're doing for us, all the work you're doing for Bluent Media. You're fucking killing it. I will say I miss your writing.
I
You
do need
left
to do
us
more writing. I absolutely do.
hanging.
It is on the 2026 resolution list, or maybe the week off that we're taking from the show over the holidays. Um, Neurodivergent Hodgepodge just caught my eye. She said, Jessica, if you like salty, meaning Julie Salty Politics, check out Vagina Devil Magic, aka
Oh,
Lisa Lee Curtis. She's a queen of salt and shade. I
that's
mean,
so
I'm
funny
gonna go
because I'm
follow that
writing to
just for
her.
the name.
Lawrence, I'm already writing to her.
Oh,
Hold on.
nice.
This is actually really funny. Hold on. I'm going to navigate here. I sent her my like, hi. Well, I mean, look at her name, right? She had recommended in my my derpy men on dating apps lives that I've been doing on the weekends that we may have to move and do together, Lawrence. We'll see. But when mentioned, I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to reach out with that name. And so I said, hi, I run this podcast. Do you want to join? And she wrote back and said, you don't even sound like a scam. How refreshing. not that I not that I don't totally believe that David Bowie, who's been dead since 2016, wants me on their podcast. And then said, but my answer is a definite maybe.
Nice.
And so I wrote her more, and I'm like, no, I really am real. I really do have a podcast. And she has not responded yet. So if you,
Oh my God. Okay, her bio
if
is
you, what's
she,
that?
her, writer, eater, addict, lazy
Yeah.
anarchist, accidental porn star, artist drinker, headmistress at Vagina Devil Magic, and author of brief biographies of badass bitches. Hashtag BBBB.
I was like, I need her on our show. So
Right. Like
if
I
you all
I
know
love her
Vagina Devil
already.
Magic, please try to convince her that we are real people and that we already love her and we want her to come on our
Right.
show.
Right. Come on. I have a weakness for divas. Like please,
Yeah.
please
Yeah.
please come
I
diva adjacent to me because I absolutely fucking love it.
yes. So it's not a coincidence because neurodivergent hodgepodge is the one who mentioned her before. And I took one look and was like, yeah, fuck yeah. So hopefully we will get a yes and we'll bring her on either before the end of year or start of the new year. Because clearly we need to know vagina devil magic. I mean, I wish I'd thought of that.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
Clearly.
Oh, so I can only imagine the messages that she gets with that. I can only imagine.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, A, being a woman on the internet, as you well know,
Yes.
and B, that name in combination. I'm sure that her DMs are chock full of randomness and dick pics.
I want to hear all about them.
I mean,
So
me too.
yeah,
You
so
had
let's
me
hope.
at dick pics.
Yeah, of course. He had me at Vagina Devil Magic. So hopefully we will get her on the show. She is among many folks I've been messaging. I am. It brings me so much joy to just dive into Substack or get recommendations from other people we know and love who are like, you're going to know and love this person, and then bring them on. So it's like putting together a beautiful jigsaw puzzle of like, oh, here are the people we've talked to before and we know we need to stay in touch with and keep up with what they're doing,
Right.
and then here are the new people who we want to like bring into the mix. So I'm having a ball. And
Oh God, what I don't need is another project, but wouldn't it be cool if we could create like a simple web form or something where people could uh like here are all the substacks that I'm following that I really love. Like I mean I know we
yeah,
kind of do this in notes, but it would be great to aggregate them all in one place and be like, here's the whatever's recommended reading list
right,
of substacks that you should follow. There's
yeah,
probably a fuck ton of overlap, but I am sure that there are substacks out there that I would love if I only knew they existed. And
right.
uh,
Well, we had talked,
Substack don't make it easy to find new people all the time, if you know what I'm saying.
no, I do tend, I love the people who I get frequently, but I tend to get the same ones.
Yep.
And um, Tom Ford has his Q stack, right? Where he like
Yes.
aggregates all the queer folks on Substack who you need to read. And we had talked about trying to do a Gen X specific one for Gen XE, but I think the whatever recommends. I mean, we have our recommendeds, right? But you can't put like 100 Substacks in there because everyone will say there's the do you want to follow these? They will say no, that's too
Yeah.
many. Having a whatever stack would be kind of amazing if it had like a blurb and why we love this person and why you should, if you know, sort of the recommended if you like all the
Yeah.
music PR people put out. Yeah, I don't know, that sounds like a big project, but maybe one worth pulling together.
Yeah. No, it would definitely be worth pulling together for sure.
Hey Lawrence,
Um,
you know who should do that, who should pull that together? Blue Ant Media should pull one of those together.
I will put it on our projects list.
Yeah, that I mean, for political stuff, that would be like if you're a mouthy leftist championing for change, these are the folks you need to follow, big
Yeah.
and small. Um, that would
Melissa's
be
saying that
a good one.
Vagina Devil Magic wrote an article about uh, two incels who tried to take over an island, which
Oh,
sounds
I saw this
crazy, but
story.
now I
No,
have to go
no,
read that.
it was in the Dominican Republic, or no, it was in Haiti. The guys in Texas, the
Oh
two like
shit!
20, they're like 20 years old, and they like showed up with guns. Like we're gonna kill the men, and we're gonna take over the women and children.
Two incels from Texas showed up in Haiti with guns, thinking they could take over half of
Yes.
the island of Dominica.
Yes, I'm not making no, it was yeah, hold on a second. Uh Texas incels Haiti. It's so crazy, Lawrence. This is, I mean, I know it's the strategy, but the news flies at you so fast. And so oh, that's I don't want to watch it. That's weird. When I clicked news, it said there is nothing, but there's a ton of, well, this is crazy. I'm seeing YouTube and I'm seeing Facebook and Reddit, but I'm not seeing an actual news story, but maybe because of my search. But we'll just look at it on Reddit. Two Texas men arrested for plan to invade Haitian island, kill all the men, and take the women and children as slaves. That's, but this is on Reddit. I would this was in the news. Like I'm not Texas Haiti arrest, but that should get us there, right? With actual news. Oh, here it is. Department of Justice. Is this it? Yes, November 20th. North Texas men indicted in the Eastern District of Texas. It's very Texas specific. Oh, because this is the Texas website for an international murder kidnapping scheme. They're charged in relation to a plot that included invading an island off Haiti, murdering the men on the island, and using the women and children as sex slaves. Gavin Rivers Weisenberg, 21, and Tanner Christopher Thomas, 20, are named. He can't even get into a bar and he wanted to take over an island. Were named in a 2-count indictment returned by a federal grand jury in the Eastern District of Texas, charging them with conspiracy to murder, maim, or kidnap in a foreign country and production of child pornography. This just happened on the 20th, and we missed it. I mean, I saw it, but like we didn't even talk about this on Fucked Up Friday.
And
Sorry.
Weisenberg, I mean,
The
you
nice
know, what
Jewish
more
boy?
proof?
Yeah.
Anyone can be fucking crazy, asshat, racist Nazi, even a Jew.
Even the Jews. 20 and 21 years old, Lawrence.
Yeah,
Like,
I just,
I,
what is the, I mean, I can't even examine that. There aren't the right words, but like, what in the world happens in somebody's brain that allows them to believe, one, I should go invade an island and kill all the men so that I can use the women and children as sex slaves. Of course, obviously,
as one
but
does.
two, and all I need is one other person to do that with. One other person and a fuck ton
Right.
of ammo. Like how
Yes.
big do you think Haiti is? Like, and I learned something today. The island is called Hispaniola. I, for years, have thought it was called Dominica, but okay, I'm wrong. But seriously, like, you obviously you've played so many video games, you have literally no concept about the size of the actual world that you live in. You fucking moron.
Right. If convicted of the federal conspiracy to commit murder in a foreign country, Weisenberg and Thomas face up to life in federal prison. If convicted of federal production of child pornography charges, both face at least 15 years and up to 30 years in federal prison. Do you want to bet that these boys get a like, we don't want to ruin their future? They have
Yeah,
so much potential.
right. Oh, they're just boys being boys.
It was just, it was just Haiti. I
Right.
mean,
It
they
was just
didn't
all in a bit of
actually.
fun.
Right. This is just we don't want to ruin their promising futures. I'm sorry if this is where you've arrived at 20 and 21. I just don't. How promising could this future be, Lawrence?
Yeah.
What can
Yeah,
this grow
Cliff is
into?
saying these are the guys in society that are the most dangerous force because they become MAGA. They become religious nuts. They attack women. They worship guns. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Uh, you
I think
know,
they. I'm gonna guess they are MAGA already. I mean, they're voting age. They're
yeah,
like,
probably already MAGA. Obviously,
don't think
gun
they voted for
owners.
Kamala Harris.
Probably, uh, cis white men.
Yeah,
Again, no offense to cis white men.
yeah. I mean, they want to go rape and pillage the women, so I'm gonna go with.
Well, and children, which means that they're fucking pedophiles on top of everything else. So, Jesus Christ, and traffic in child porn. Yeah, they're going to get a slap on the wrist when actually we should burn them at the stake, as we should do with all pedophiles. Also, release the Epstein files already.
Yes, release the Epstein files. Carlin Betcha, who we love, she had a really smart. Let me see if I can find it quick because I know we're over
Oh, I think I
time.
reposted it actually, where she
Oh,
was
did
like,
you
release the
release?
MRI, release
Yes,
the architect, the building plans for the East Wing of the White House, release the
yes,
Epstein files, and release the. There was one other thing,
yeah. Hold
and I was
on.
like, I reposted, and I was like, yes, release the Kraken, you know,
Do
X'd out,
yeah, and it's just
release
sort
all
of
the
like
files.
why would we, oh yeah, release the Venezuela files,
Right.
because this regime can easily prove the names of murdered crew members were drug lords. Release the MRI files because the American people deserve to know if the president is unfit to lead. Release the ballroom bunker floor plans because the White House is the people's house and Trump works for the people. Release the Epstein files because innocent men do not fear the truth. I
Yep.
mean, fucking
Yeah.
perfection. She's so good.
She's so good.
That is an unfuckwithable list. Release all of those things.
Right. Yanni saying
Um,
and Grinder release the list. Yanni, I don't know
oh
exactly what
my,
you mean, but I think maybe you must mean all of the GOP people who
yes,
hook up on Grinder and then, are actively virulently homophobic in their legislation. Yeah, that
yes,
too.
I'm in favor of all of this. This seems like the perfect note to end our we had no plan bestie day rant et cetera kind of show.
Yep.
I can think of
Uh,
no better way.
it was fun. We should maybe kind of
Yeah.
do this more often because I
I,
actually, I mean,
I
I
think,
always enjoy our show, but this was, it was fun to just tangent and, you know, talk about whatever the fuck we wanted to talk about.
it was, and I woke up and came on the air very bleary and just sort of dreading my day, and now I'm like, let's do this. Release, release the files.
Release all the files.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We will be more organized tomorrow and for the rest of this week. We
Yes.
promise.
Because I can't trust
Probably.
my brain. Hold on. Join us. Oh, tomorrow we have This Woman Votes joining us,
Oh,
another
yes,
creator
that's
who I
awesome.
love reading and we've never met. Cannot wait to bring her on. We're going to be talking about identity fusion. It was a paragraph about this long of what we're talking about. It's going to be good. But
I
the summary, identity fusion.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah, this will be a good one. And then we have Patricia Ross coming in on Thursday, who I
Oh yeah, I'm so
love, and
excited to
we've been
meet her.
trying to get her on forever. She just celebrated her 87th birthday. She is here killing it as a content creator. She's still a practicing psychologist. She is like the life we all hope to live on and on. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to bring her on. She's going to be amazing. So yeah, much to look forward to.
Yay.
Enjoy
Thanks
your
for being
days,
here, everybody.
everybody. We love you. Mean it.
Love you, mean it. Bye.
Bye.
Mwah. Mwah.